Hello, dear. Welcome to Viorna channel. Take a seat and relax, because here, every story has a meaning. Let's begin this journey together with Viorna. They once taught us how to speak. Now, they slowly forget how to tell their own stories. They used to wait for us to come home. Now, they can't remember why we've been gone so long. Memory loss isn't just about forgetting. It's about slowly losing pieces of who they are. And too often, when that time comes, we're too busy, too distant, too frustrated. But they never asked for much. Just to be seen, to be heard, to still feel like they matter. This video isn't just about forgetting. It's about the time we can't rewind. About parents who are slowly losing the world inside their minds. Have you ever sat beside your parent and felt like they were already far away? Not because they were angry, not because they were upset, but because they started to forget how to be the person they used to be. That's why we need to understand. Why do the elderly become forgetful? As we age, our brains begin to change. The once active cells start to weaken. This process is natural, but sometimes it happens too fast. Inside the brain, there's a part called the hippocampus, the memory center. When we're young, it records everything sharply. But as we grow older, the hippocampus starts to shrink. The result? Short-term memory begins to slip. Forgetfulness isn't just about getting older. There are hidden factors that quietly speed it up. An unhealthy lifestyle, lack of sleep, no exercise, little social interaction. Even stress that's built up for years can slowly eat away at the brain. Imagine this. A mother who used to remember every birthday now forgets where she put the keys, the date, even the name of her own child. It's heartbreaking, but it's not their fault, because the brain also ages, and if we don't care for it, it ages faster than the body. What hurts the most? When forgetfulness sets in, they don't even realize what they're forgetting. But we, their children, we notice everything. We're the ones who see them confused at their own front door. We're the ones who hear them ask the same question over and over again. We're the ones slowly losing our parents, even while they're still standing right in front of us. That's why understanding the cause matters. Because knowing the root of the problem means we can start protecting them early. Not to fight fate, but to make sure the time we have left truly means something. Have you ever felt like your parent is right there in the room, but somehow their mind seems far away? They're still sitting in the same chair, but their eyes look empty. Their laughter doesn't sparkle like it used to. Conversations drift and don't always make sense anymore. Many people say, "Oh, it's normal, they're just getting old." But the truth is, there are deeper reasons behind it. Memory loss isn't just about age. It's often a sign of a brain that's grown tired, worn down by lifestyle choices and physical conditions left unchecked for years. One of the biggest causes is vascular problems. When blood flow to the brain is reduced, brain cells begin to slowly die. Second, lack of mental activity. After retirement, many elders lose their daily routines. They stop reading, stop solving problems, stop engaging in meaningful conversations. And a brain that's left inactive forgets more quickly. Third, depression and loneliness. These are often dismissed, but a heart weighed down by sadness can make the mind retreat from the world. Fourth, malnutrition. Poor diet, lack of vitamin B12, too much sugar or processed food. All of these can accelerate brain decline. Fifth, genetics. If there's a family history of dementia, the risk increases. But it's not a life sentence. There are still ways to reduce the impact. And finally, lack of love and attention. It may sound simple, but their minds still need to be embraced with words. They need to be greeted with a smile. They need someone to sit beside them even for just 5 minutes. Because sometimes, it's not illness that makes them forget. It's the loneliness, slowly eating away at their memories. That's why memory loss isn't just about forgetting names or places. It's about how we choose to treat them before their memories fade completely. We often think memory loss only happens to people in their 80s, but the truth is, sometimes it starts creeping in, quietly, long before that. Maybe you've noticed your father misplacing his keys more often, or your mother asking the same question 3 times in an hour. We brush it off. It's normal, we say. They're just getting old. But when did we start treating forgetfulness as something normal? Medically, signs of cognitive decline can begin as early as the mid-50s, and in some mild cases even in the 40s. Not because that age is old, but because years of lifestyle habits have slowly worn the brain down. Chronic stress, sleep deprivation, lack of physical activity, poor nutrition, isolation. These small things compound over time like cracks in glass. By the time someone reaches their 60s or beyond, the risk of memory loss rises significantly. The body slows down, the metabolism changes, and the brain it needs more stimulation, yet often receives less and less. What's even more heartbreaking is, we rarely notice when they begin to change, because they don't complain. They just smile softly and say, "It's part of getting older, sweetheart." But inside, they know something's different. And deep down, they're hoping someone will notice. Someone who cares enough to ask, to visit, to simply listen. So no, memory loss isn't tied to a specific age. It can come sooner than we think. If we stop caring, stop connecting, stop paying attention, because the brain, like the heart, slowly fades when it's ignored. And when we finally realize it's slipping away, sometimes it's already too late. Memory loss doesn't show up overnight. It creeps in slowly, silently, like a shadow that grows when no one's watching. It often starts small. They misplace their glasses, forget a neighbor's name they used to greet every day, or ask, "What day is it today?" more often than usual. We call it normal. We say, "Ah, it's just age." But that's where we go wrong. Because the earliest signs aren't loud. They're quiet, almost invisible until they start affecting daily life. Here are some of those early signs. Repeating the same question in one conversation. Struggling to find the right words, like the sentence is stuck. Getting lost in familiar places. Forgetting appointments, or burning rice even after turning on the cooker. Losing interest in hobbies they once loved. What's heartbreaking is, many parents hide these symptoms. They're embarrassed. They don't want to seem stupid in front of their children. But deep down, they know something's not right. And they're silently hoping we'll notice. Sometimes, the signs aren't even memory-related. They become irritable, withdrawn, quieter than usual. These aren't mood swings. These are internal battles of the mind trying to hold on to what's slipping away. And by the time they forget your name, it's no longer early. It's deep. It's painful. And it could have been slowed, if only we had paid attention sooner. So don't wait for the big signs. Be present in the little ones. Ask questions. Have conversations. Watch their eyes, not just their words. Because the most dangerous part of memory loss isn't just forgetting names or dates. It's when we forget to care. Memory loss isn't always fate. Sometimes it's the result of us leaving them alone too often. We often assume that forgetfulness is just a natural part of aging. But the truth is, there's so much we can do to slow it down, to protect the minds of the people who once shaped ours. First, talk to them every day. Not just, "Have you eaten?" but, real conversations. Ask about their past. Listen to their stories. The more they use their mind, the longer it stays sharp. Second, help them learn something new. It could be a puzzle, a simple game, or how to use a smartphone. Learning new things is like giving the brain vitamins it keeps it alive. Third, keep them physically active. Even a short morning walk, sweeping the yard, or climbing stairs. Movement increases blood flow to the brain. A healthy body helps preserve a healthy mind. Fourth, watch their diet. Less sugar, more vegetables, fruits, and omega-3s. What goes into the stomach affects what stays inside their memory. Fifth, never let them feel alone. This is the most overlooked part. Loneliness is a slow poison. A short visit, a video call, a few kind words can become the most powerful medicine no drug can replace. Sometimes we're so busy building our future, we forget that our parents are slowly letting go of the past. But with just a little time, a little presence, we can help them hold on, not just to their memories, but to the feeling that they still matter to us. Because preventing memory loss isn't just about saving their mind. It's about keeping the bond alive before time takes away the chance to say, "I still remember everything you did for me." Sometimes, the ones we love the most are the ones we take for granted. Parents don't need us to be rich or famous. They just want to know we still remember them. When they were strong, they carried us. Now that they're weak, it's our turn to carry them with love. Don't wait until they forget everything to finally remember to come home. Because when their memories start to fade, a gentle touch, a warm smile, your voice might be the only thing they still recognize. If your parents are still here, give them your time, not just your money. Give them a hug, not just a message. And if they're no longer around, let their love live on through how you treat others today. Thank you for being with Fiorna today. Remember, life is beautiful when we share it. See you in the next story, dear.